things are good, it's good. But you don't gotta be alive very long to know that life is tough. See, sometimes, guys, life is just gonna punch you right in the mouth. And it's gonna sting a little bit. It ain't gonna stop until you stop. And by you stop, I mean when you drop. You got fired from your job. People leave your life. Your relationship failed. Maybe she left you. Maybe she cheated on you. Somebody died. You know, things are gonna happen to you, soldier. That's life. Welcome to the club. But ultimately, it's all of our first experience, and we're all just trying to figure out how to get through this life, right? Things are just gonna happen, though. Sometimes you just gotta be able to just take it to the chin, charge it to the game, and move the hell on. You gotta keep your cool through it all. Never fight reality. You gotta be able to look at things objectively. We don't wanna focus on what things seem to be, what they could have been, what we would have done. We just focus on what happened and what is. You can do all the woulda, coulda, shouldas you want to. It's not gonna change the fact that what happened, happened, and you were here, and now you're over here. The only question left is, what's next? See, when you're able to look at your situation objectively and take all your emotion out of it, get out of your own head just for a moment and just look at the situation at hand, you can deal with it a lot better. You have to have a system in place for how you deal with things. And you sit in that emotion for too long, all you're gonna do is end up spiraling and spiraling and spiraling, and you're not gonna get nowhere. You're not gonna be productive. You're not gonna have any peace. Your mind is gonna be full of racing thoughts and chaos. And that's how people end up making an already bad situation worse. It's not about not being human and being robotic psychopaths and not feeling anything. I'm telling you, feel it, process it, but then at some point you need to come to an acceptance. You need to accept whatever happened as that's it. This is a fact, this is reality. And then you move forward. You can't move backwards. You can't stay stuck. You gotta keep it pushing. You gotta keep it cool throughout all this stuff, man. You gotta be able to look at shit and just take it to the chin sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta charge it to the game. Just realize, hey, look, it is what it is. It happens to the best of us. Maybe it hit my ego. Maybe it hit my pride. Maybe it did leave me sad. Maybe I do wanna cry. Maybe I am angry. I just wanna tear up some shit in the house. You gotta stay calm. You see, because all that emotional shit, that's feminine. And a lot of guys think that, walking around angry all the time, looking like Michael goddamn Myers, that makes them more masculine. It doesn't. It makes you look more like a bitch because you just can't even control your emotions. A man has full control over his emotions and can maintain his composure in any situation. It's not about being cool. It's not about trying to act all macho and masculine. It's not about acting like you're a psychopath who doesn't care about anything. It's not about any of that. But again, going back, I told y'all the ability to detach, mastering this skill is like the underlying pillar of my whole philosophy, right? I don't say this in the sense of for your ego or your pride, like I mentioned. This is actually a coping mechanism for peace. Peace is peace. It doesn't matter how you achieve it, how you trick your brain into getting it. As long as you have peace, that's all that matters. We want to stay far away from chaos as we can because a chaotic environment will only hinder us. It'll slow us down and bring out the worst in us. But if we have peace, if we can maintain our composure and keep our cool, we can be a lot more productive and get through all the punches that life's gonna throw at us. Detachment is really a coping mechanism for peace. When you learn how to fully detach and learn how to just accept things for what they are, it allows for a much smoother, stress-free life. Because honestly, you gotta think about this. We're on a giant rock of grass and water floating through space in an infinite universe we can't even comprehend or wrap our minds around. And every day, things are just happening that's out of our control. Every time you leave the door, things are just happening, right? You got people, wild animals, the weather. You got a whole bunch of crazy shit that's going on. And in this chaotic life, it's your first time going through it. You got to be able to keep your cool. If you're constantly reactive to everything around you, that makes you weak. When life hits you with some bullshit, you got to be able to just roll with it and go on ahead. Get done what you need to get done still. But you gotta have some type of way to deal with the craziness in the world. And the way you do that is by maintaining your composure. Keep your cool. Ain't no point getting all reactive, all riled up to everything. See, all that's just taking out energy and emotional bandwidth that you could have put towards the gym, your purpose, your schoolwork, your job, anything productive. But if you sit around moping, crying, upset, raging on everybody and on everything around you, you're just wasting a whole bunch of time and a whole bunch of energy you never gonna get back. Because this ain't gonna be the worst thing that ever happened to you. It's gonna be more things. The longer you live, more and more and more is gonna happen. And so a lot of people take a long time to understand this philosophy and adopt it, because a lot of people need to be hit multiple times before they finally realize, okay, being so reactive is not helping me. If anything, it's counterproductive. It's working against me. When you keep your cool, when you just accept things for what they are, not only will you have inner peace, but you'll also have the ability to move on and keep functioning. But even through death, you still have to be able to accept it and move forward and stay productive. And one of the best examples of this, right, for death in particular, and I'm going to use him because he's just, a well-known Hollywood figure, but Keanu Reeves, The Matrix, John Wick, after losing his wife and his unborn child. And everyone has different ways of grieving, but if you pay attention to how he accepted it and moved forward, he's played several movie roles where he's been the husband who lost his wife in the movie, despite this happening to him in real life. You see what I mean? That even through that, by him keeping his cool, he still was able to be productive and continue with his work and be highly successful at it. And this is the whole point I'm making. No matter what you're going through, you gotta understand, this is reality now. You could either spiral out, lose everything, or you can keep your cool, accept it, and move forward. Stay disciplined, stay sharp, and stay apex.